Not all e-bikes are created equal. By James Poyner. A fatality involving an e-motorcycle in South Morang continues to highlight the dangers of using illegal e-ridables. A 15-year-old, who was a passenger on an e-motorcycle, was thrown from the e-motorcycle when it collided with a car and was pronounced dead at the scene. Member for Northern Victoria Region, Wendy Lovell, is criticising the state government for not taking appropriate action and has referenced a constituency question that has gone unanswered.
At the start of the year, I called on the Minister for Police to better regulate e-bikes and e-scooters and take action against dangerous illegal e-bikes. But I have had no response, despite standing orders requiring that the Minister must provide an answer by February the 17th. Young lives are at stake, and the Allan Labor government can't afford to ignore this problem any longer.
This latest incident further highlights the issue expressed by electric bike retailer Rebecca Lee from Rev Bikes, who says branding everything as an e-bike, legal or otherwise, dilutes the real issue behind why these accidents are occurring.
Perhaps people are still oblivious because of the language being used. They don't know that they're buying their kids one of these problem bikes. They think they're just buying an e-bike.
The definition of an e-bike that can be ridden legally on public roads and shared paths in Victoria is very specific. It must have an electric motor rated at a maximum continuous rated power of 250 watts. Have a motor that is pedal assisted. You must pedal to drive it. Have a maximum power assisted speed of 25 kilometres per hour. Have a motor that does not provide power at speeds higher than 25 kilometres per hour. While they can also have a throttle, it must only go up to 6 kilometres per hour. The emphasis is that to get anywhere, you must be pedalling. As previously discussed, there are brands of power-assisted bikes which are able to be driven with a throttle, but the motor must be restricted to 200 watts. From a legal perspective, any powered bicycle with a motor that can power it faster than 25 kilometres per hour or has a throttle that can power the bike rider faster than 6 kilometres per hour is considered a non-compliant motor vehicle. The Victoria Police website states,
"You can only ride these types of bikes on private property. If you ride these bikes on public roads or footpaths, you can be fined for operating an unregistered vehicle."
This means any bicycle with a motor bigger than 250 watts or that has a throttle that allows it to be ridden at speed without pedalling is classified alongside dirt bikes, ag bikes and monkey bikes. It is legal to ride a dirt bike, ag bike, monkey bike or overpowered e-bike or e-motorbikes on private property, but they cannot be ridden on public roads or paths. But media reporting on incidents involving these e-ridables is confusing and may be causing fatigue and ultimately complacency about checking that our e-ridables are compliant with current law. The recent accident is a good example. While the vehicle is classified as an e-motorcycle, mainstream media initially reported it as an e-bike. In 2025, Victoria Police launched Operation Consider, a policing and enforcement campaign targeting reckless e-bike riders, with patrols ensuring riders and their vehicle were compliant. Police data showed 79 e-bike collisions were recorded in 2023, jumping up 82% the following year, with 144 e-bike collisions recorded in 2024. Provisional analysis of 2025 collision data at the time indicated there were at least 113 e-bike collisions as of July 30, 2025.
E-bikes have become a popular way of getting around Melbourne, and we see them being used by a range of people, whether recreationally or for work.
said Road Policing Assistant Commissioner Glenn Weir.
The increase in e-bike usage has also meant that, unfortunately, we've seen a rise in road trauma involving these vehicles. 9 times out of 10, the e-bikes involved in these collisions are either overpowered, non-compliant, or they are not being used in accordance with the road rules. We acknowledge there may be some confusion among the community when it comes to e-bikes. However, the onus is on riders to ensure they understand and comply with the rules before using their e-bike. That means ensuring the e-bike does not exceed the power or speed requirements and that the rider adheres to the road rules applicable to all cyclists, such as wearing a helmet, not using a mobile phone or device while riding, using bicycle lanes and obeying traffic lights.
With industry associations suggesting $1.6 billion will be spent in e-bike sales in 2026, it is clear e-ridables are becoming more common. But as Ms. Lee points out, continuing to group e-bikes of all varieties under the same heading is masking the inherent dangers.
I had a parent bring his kid into the store saying he wants to get a conversion kit because his friends have one. He wants a 1500 watt because his mates have that. They were only 11 years old. There's a lot of coverage about it in the media, but the parents are still ignorant because they still don't seem to know what the difference is between an e-bike and an overpowered weapon.
Ms. Lee said. This story was read by Rebecca Rose, Adrian Rice and Hazel Rice, James Poyner and Sandy Miller.